Okay, hello. I'm Maple. This is I'm playing Somnabuster because I have to get B-roll footage for a contractually obligated video. Um, this is a game. This is by an indie developer. It's kind of like I'll kind of talk about it more a little bit. But today I'm gonna be playing this game while I already saw the intro. I'm gonna be playing this game while I talk about random Freshys lore because I want to. But also I need to record B-roll footage so I could kill two birds with one stone here. Um, and also apparently this game doesn't have cloud saves between on Steam, so I have to replay up to the point that I played on my Steam Deck, was about World 3 or World 2, World, around that kind of point. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. But in my phone hand, I'll not I wrote an outline of various stuff I want to cover in terms of the lore, the big lore of this series that I'm wrote. And there's all those little beings. Yeah, that's getting cool though. But I don't have time to think about that. But basically, I wrote an outline, so I covered all the stuff I want to cover, mostly OC stuff. But I want to cover some meta stuff first, right? It's important. It's important. It's hard to cover all this stuff while I'm playing a game. I was gonna play Euro Truck Simulator, but my graphics card doesn't come in until Monday, so yeah. Basically, so let's start with the. So wait, let me just turn down the volume. It's distracting me. So yeah. Basically, I want to cover a few things related to the series because I like it. I like talking about it, and I like thinking about it. You can jump upside down with this thing, by the way, it's fun. So basically, first thing I want to cover, the production. That doesn't, production meta stuff, right? So for the series, it used to be like, in this, it used to be animated in this kind of edited style, kind of like, like a visual novel type deal. Maybe I drag the characters across with portraits, and I'm like, wow, this takes a long time to edit, and I'm getting like maybe 40 views, and I'm like, I love the series, but I don't have that much time. Like, I have a job, I got shit I gotta do, I got like, other than that, I just gotta write the episodes. The episode writing is already hard enough, right? And if you have to do that while you're thinking about editing, like, it restricts a lot of your movement when it comes to things. So it's like, if I want to write a character, jumping across a field, I have to not only write them, Nina jumped across the field with one leg, doing a handstand, broke her arm across the way. He's like, ow. No, you can't just do that. You have to, like, how do I visually convey this? And it's like, I can't draw for shit. So I'm like, all right, well, this sucks because I can't, like, do that. Like, if I write something down, I have to go and see, all right, how do I animate? Do I commission something for this? This is ridiculous. This is stupid. This is absurd. And all this just for like 40 views. I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm like, So basically, I'm just like, all right, well, let me just go and change the the format of the series to be more of an audio book, audio drama, and I don't know. That's still hard too because you have to put a lot of effort into finding sound effects and finding stuff like that. Sound effects. You have to find sound effects. You have to find, maybe you'll get voice actors depending on how much money you have. I don't have much money, so maybe you could. A lot of the what's it called? Yeah, you could get a lot of the I'm sorry, I'm going through this cutscene. This is a bad idea, but I'm already recording it, so I do need to do this at once. Hopefully someone recorded the cutscenes. I could just pause here, maybe go frame by frame. My bad. But yeah, it just makes more sense doing an audio drama kind of thing. Also, there's this one series I called Thrilling, and there's two series I think that's a good decision for. It's a good decision kind of thing for, and it's kind of like the vibe. I wanted to go for it a little bit, but I couldn't really make it work. Well, yeah, I like audiobooks because I like reading, and I listen to audiobooks while I was thinking of this. I'm like, all right, well, listen to Quentin Tarantino's audiobook. He only narrated the first chapter. That pissed me off, but yeah, that was one thing. I listened to a lot of other ones, and There's also the I did like this series called Epithet Erase. It's pretty good. It was kind of just like kind of like what I was going for initially, but really the voice acting kind of carried that series in terms of like in terms of, you know, how it was. So, you know, so I don't know. And there's also this Thrilling Intense. That was a series I liked, or I like. They have so many episodes, but it's basically like a recorded D&D session. I kind of don't know how it works, honestly. I assume it's just a recorded D&D session. They kind of prepared it beforehand. They added stuff in afterwards, still adding. But yeah, that's one. And then, you know, for the you know, it just makes sense. All right, so I have that, and you know, tone, tone. So yeah, it's basically slice of life, right? For like Freshy, slice of life right now. I do want to integrate more, more, you know, above grounded stuff in there, because that's kind of how I wanted in the first place. If you look at the comics, don't look at the comics, they suck. But if you look at the comics, it features a character named Hocus. She wasn't named at the time, but she's named Hocus. She's a demon, right? And she, you know, she's basically like an agent of chaos. And basically, that's kind of the thing I was going for. It's like, all right, well, you know, it's like a mix between slice of life and a little bit more, you know, it's like regular show, except a little bit more grounded, regular show. Hit it in the middle, you know, like It's Always Sunny. It's like a little bit more grounded than regular show, but not by much. Who knows? I don't know. But now that I have to worry about the visuals, I can kind of go crazy when it comes to the writing stuff. That's kind of what I want to go for. You know what I mean? Anyway, like you care. Oh yeah, so I wrote down Freshys. Yeah, it takes place in kind of like a medium kind of, like a small city, maybe like a medium, maybe like, I want to say from maybe a couple 100,000 people, kind of that range, maybe a little even bigger. I don't know. I wasn't entirely sure, because I kind of based the city they lived in loosely in terms of like what I wanted to look like in terms of in my brain. I never showed it because, again, like I said, I can't draw for shit. I don't feel like too much people for background. But in terms of like what places it would have, right? Where they'd go to, the activities they could do, probably around that, you know, kind of size, you know, like maybe one of those like provinces that's like nearby a bigger city, but it's not, you know, not like the bigger city, you know, it's just like average size. I thought, you know, you have to think about these things when you come up with plot lines. So like, if they can't go to a doggone stadium if they don't have a stadium in the town, which they don't. There's no stadium in this town that they live in. They'd have to drive, or they'd have to go take a bus, or walk 3 billion miles. And that's the kind of thing you gotta think about. Because it's irrelevant, it's plot relevant. Let me see. Oh yeah, I wrote that down. So basically there was I wrote an episode, but I didn't, you know, post it, I didn't finish it. But I might go back to that idea. There's an episode where there's this fish person. So at nearby their town that they live in, or city or whatever, or like in that general area, kind of like maybe a couple hours away, they live by like kind of like an ocean, or the ocean. And in that there's like Atlantis, like there's like an Atlantis type of deal where there's like a fish people and shit. They go same thing as they have how Freshies is animal people, they have fish people. And you know, they have, and the whole thing about it is that, you know, be like the first generation or second or third, maybe like, I don't know, a couple generations of fish people immigrating to the land. I guess it could go the opposite way too, but it'd be a lot harder because lungs, and I guess it's hard on both ways, but like it really have the air tanks are harder to do than the water tanks, you know, because water tanks all you gotta do is kind of clean them. I don't know, the air you kind of got to keep refilling them. I don't know, you can keep, I don't know, I don't have a fish. Tell me how fishes work. But you know, people be moving to land, right? So that's kind of how it would be. And so for for that episode, there was this one character I made who's adorable. I stole that character design. Her name was Guppy, and she was like a fish, little fish being with like a little helmet on, little gray fish being with a helmet on. and it's like a Sanrio type character, like a Pikachu type thing. And I was like, oh, this is so adorable. And I want to use that character one day, but I didn't get the chance yet. And then the unofficial mascot, who knows? But basically, you know, that's just kind of relevant to that one plot line. The whole plot is that, you know, I think it's like something like the Ted and Nina fuck up so bad, and they like almost kill the fish because they like break her tank or something, and hijinks could happen, you know. And I thought it'd be funny. And the reason that people didn't immigrate before, because it's a fairly modern world I'm representing in Freshy, because they kept losing the paper, like the papers, immigration papers, they just kept losing them one after another non-stop, because it's like, it's water, and they didn't realize, oh wait, we should probably like not do paper, actual paper. So the internet had to be invented before they got like even started on that. It was hilarious, and I thought it was very funny, and it kind of is very funny because that would happen. That would actually happen. Absolutely. That's my secret. Ooh, a secret. A secret at the right side of the wall. Oh god damn it! I passed a secret. But yeah, it was like something like that, right? And I don't know, it's cool. Also, I wrote this down. Atlantis in this case would have very bad Wi-Fi because they're farther like deep down, way down from the internet, but they have really good Ethernet, like extremely good Ethernet, because they're literally right beside the fiber optic cable. Like there's no travel distance. Although fiber optic is very efficient in terms of like, you know, how it works too. But yeah, I don't know if it, you know, I think the nearer you are to it, the better it works. But I mean, you know, considering it's hardware, it's not the same kind of deal as Wi-Fi. I don't know. But yeah, when you talk about characters now, so yeah, Lynn, I wrote down in characters. So I'm gonna be covering Lynn, Nina, Ted, and Naomi. I'm not very good at pronouncing names. Not very good at pronouncing Naomi. Yeah. I wrote. Oh god, I should learn how to pronounce it. I wrote her down. She's a main character. But yeah, basically, yeah. So basically, one of the jokes I wrote with Lynn that I didn't get to convey yet, because it's stupid ass editing thing, is that Lynn has a very active love life. She you know, one of the things that she knows like a ton of people. She's like, I know a guy because of two things. Because she hangs out a lot at the Ice Palace. That is May's Ice Palace, which apparently is a Scott Pilgrim reference I didn't realize until now. And that's like a bar, kind of punk, you know, club kind of thing. And then she dates so many people. Like, she has a horrible love life, as in she's, you know, very active, but she's just not good at it. She's a cool person, but she's very horrible at keeping relationships. And it's very funny. It's to the point where she's like clingy with her friends. Like, that's making a little bit of a point. Not too clingy, you know, it's like a little bit, you know, kind of uncomfortable a little bit. And then it's like, yeah, but that's one of her things is that, yeah, she's just very, very bad at her love life. It is very funny. And the only stability, like, in terms of that, is that she has a friend named Rodney. He's a black bear, and he's like the engineer, like the repairman for the store, because, you know, they're friends. So he's like, you know, there's like I think I wrote in this scene in the next episode where Ted gets stuck in a refrigerator while he's talking to somebody. But he's basically the repair guy for the store, and then, you know, Lynn and him have been friends since like high school or something, and they have absolutely no romantic interest in each other. But it's just like she needs like at least one person to like comfort her after these ridiculous failures. It's very funny. I want to write an episode that features that. But it's not right now. It's like a background thing. But I wanted to explain it because it's very funny. I like it. So there's that. Oh shit. Yeah. Apparently, like, yeah. I wanted Rodney. Rodney is like a piece of repair guy. I wanted him and Nina to become friends. I wanted him and Nina to go out drinking and then it showed Nina's like a really like wild drinker. She's like a really like unhealthy kind of drinker. She gets like blackout drunk, and she does not do it often. Yeah, so that's kind of like that kind of deal. She cannot control herself when it comes to drinking, or she just can't. She's like she can't hold down any kind of alcohol. And you can imagine Ted I don't think Ted can drink alcohol. I think it's against my contract to even show him doing that on screen. I wouldn't feel comfortable even making him drink anything besides, you know, soda. So, but yeah, I wanted to show that at some point because it'd be funny. What's it called? Yeah, Lynn. Yeah, Lynn's actually a pretty good manager. I'm reading my notes off of this, so that's why I pause occasionally. It's gonna mess up the footage, but I don't care. She's actually a pretty solid manager. That Freshys Corp is just terrible at their jobs, really bad, and you know, Nina and Ted are actually pretty stupid, and I haven't gotten or at least bad at their jobs. Not bad at their jobs, but they get into situations that kind of you know, that is out of their depth, but also, you know, they get into situations like Beavis and Butthead kinda. They're not that dumb, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad. Yeah. So there's that. I don't know. I'd have to see later. I would see what would be funny, if it would be funnier. I think her being a good manager would be funnier because like she's just dealing with all this shit. Also, yeah, since she's an opossum, not every opossum in this case has a condition like this, but basically Lynn has a condition kind of like anemia or whatever. She's like very prone to like fainting or you know, her body is quite weak in that case. So, and it might I don't remember where it came from, but yeah, her body is quite weak. Like opossums faint all the time, haha. But yeah, and this affects certain plot points too. Yeah. She has a good fashion sense. Yeah, she's like wearing leather jackets and shit like that. She's really like punk attitude, you know what I mean? I don't know. She just has like she's good at she dresses like a biker. Yeah, and then yeah, the Ice Palace is like, you know, where she hangs out. She used to play drums for another band. That's why she knows how to play drums. And she'll play drums for more bands after this. And the band they made, the Mime one, I don't know. They might do it again. I don't know. But I think yeah, I forgot what to do with that, but yeah, they'll do it eventually. What's it called? Yeah, and Lynn's music taste is basically, she listens to a lot of, she has the objectively best music taste in terms of like quantity, because she just listens to everything. She has vinyl records, CDs, cassettes, everything. She has like whole rooms full of posters of bands you don't even know, because she's been connected to that group, you know. But it's mostly like hardcore punk, metal kind of stuff, grunge, sludgy stuff, a lot of sludgy stuff, you know, just anything with guitars and distortion, she loves it. But she listens to like basically everything. But yeah, mostly in that kind of realm, because those shows are what she, you know, that's what she did. It's important. It's important to her character. Anyway, so let's talk about Nina, right? Nina is a cool character. I like her, but I don't know. I'm the only one who likes her. I'm the only one who likes her ever. Everyone else, like, Ted's better. I'm like, no. No, I haven't shown off Ted enough. He probably is better. But yeah, Nina is annoying. I need to make it clear that she is kind of annoying. She's very pretentious. She's she's so pretentious. I had a whole episode about how pretentious she is, but I think I need to exaggerate how pretentious she is, because it's like she's like really like she's the type of person to use like Mal or something, for like Mal or like what's that game, like rating website like Letterboxd or what, you know, like or like Glitchwave, whatever like rating websites that exist. She'd making like entire like reviews and like one after another cataloging this shit, and it's like no one would. She'd be like, "This is the worst game I've ever played. This game's terrible. This game's trash." And then she plays it for like 10 hours because she has nothing better to do. Yeah, she's like, "Oh, this game's peak. I don't know you plebeians play this piece of crap game." And she's like, it physically bother her. It physically bother her if someone's playing something or someone's like enjoying something she doesn't like. It'd be like ridiculous. Honestly, the fact that her and Ted are friends is kind of funny because it's like Ted could literally watch paint dry and he'd be happy, like, but and she kind of holds that part of herself in because she's like, she just really enjoys being around him because he's just a delight. I love Ted. He's great. But yeah, she's just, yeah, that's one of her aspects. I thought it was really funny. Yeah, she's canonically transgender. She takes estrogen. And that's actually gonna be plot relevant soon, I think. I might write that in. I think it's plot relevant. I don't know. I forgot if I kept that part in, but I think it was. Yeah. And I want to be carve a character because I think it's cool and I like it. What is it saying? Oh, she's dirt poor. She's broke. She's not like the brokest person, but she's broke. Like she eats like rice every day or some shit, something ridiculously like ramen. She lives like a college kid who never graduated. Like she has like $5 on a daily basis because the rent's high, but also because she spends all her money on cheap Japanese video game cartridges. And this is not based on me. I spend my game on cheap Japanese video game discs, so it's different. What's it called? Yeah, that's whatever. And also, yeah, I wanted to mention, yeah, her preferred video game genres, right? This is also plot relevant somewhat. She mostly plays JRPGs, mostly RPGs in general, mostly JRPGs. And you know, her knowledge of JRPGs is substantial, but the issue is that she's not good at them. She's kind of fucking bad at them, actually. She'll be like looking up, like she'll be like talking about how amazing the game is, meticulously designed. It's every game that in this director's catalog is absolutely incredible. And then she'd be like, I can't finish the goddamn boss, and the boss just needs to, like, you just need to buff your attack one time. She's terrible. She's not terrible, but it's like, you figure someone with such a you know, an interest in this genre would have a, you know, be like better at them. But no, she's not good at them. It's not gonna ever come into relevancy, but I thought it'd be very funny because I love ironies like that. God, she's cranky. She's like really cranky. She's always like kind of like a blank stare, kind of like a kind of look on her face. Not very a very person say I'm so happy, you know. It's like, that's, you know, she's very pessimistic and kind of you know, she's not rude, she's just kind of like, at least on purpose, she's not like you know, she's just like type of person to be like very, you know, she does not care, she does not give a shit. Yeah, so if you're in the store, right, let's say you're a theoretical Freshies customer in this store, like, whereas Lynn would just like pretend, you know, give her like best customer manager customer service face, and Ted would legitimately just be happy to serve, like he just loves the store. Mina would just be like, hello, this is the thing you wanted, okay, bye. Like, she would not care. Yeah, she's kind of annoying in that case. But she is also very, very, very passionate about everything she does. Basically, she'll like, you know, it's just like when you get to the point where it's like, you know, she gets interested in something, you know, she becomes the main character. That's why it's like one of those things, right? Because she's the type of character to, you know, ignore the call to action. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. And then it's like something convinces her, and then she's like, okay, yeah, I need to do that. It's not because it's because at this point it's a pride thing. I need to do that. I don't care. I need to do that. We gotta finish this. I don't give a shit, right? She's that type of person, right? She's, you know, especially because she could be kind of petty at times, but that's you know that's neither here nor there. It's kind of everywhere, you know. But yeah, I have to make sure that I make her kind of have a lot of negative traits, because I'm like, I don't want her to be too good of a character, too good of a person, but I want her to be like, oh yeah, you know, it's kind of like, you know, I think I put Ted into the opposite direction. Like, oh man, I like him too much. I don't want to put him into any kind of situation that cause him harm. And like, man, I'm writing Nina where she's kind of like annoying as fuck. I kind of want her to be hurt more often. But I'm like, yeah, I need to even it out. Yeah. But I just don't have it in me to give Ted a single mean bone in his body. But yeah. What's it called? Sorry, I'm looking at the thing again. Also, she's kind of slobby. I mean, every single time I have her shown, she's either in like basic, you know, basic pants, jean clothing or whatever, and she has the aviator jacket. She got that, canonically, she got the aviator jacket at the thrift store. Just saying, for like $3 or something like that. And I like the aviator jacket because I like Childish Gambino, and that's literally Childish Gambino's aviator jacket. He had in that one interview where he's like, it wouldn't be too hard to die. I could do it right now. I'm like, yeah, that's so real. But yeah, that's a cool ass jacket. I love that aviator jacket. So that's the first thing I drew her in. So that's gonna be her default, you know, her default other clothing outfit whenever it's like winter clothing. Yeah, that's true. I have to realize I have to draw, you know, think of these characters in winter and summer, so I have to, you know. But yeah, Nina would wear basically the most basic clothing you can imagine. Like, it's the most boring clothing ever. Jeans, a t-shirt, the goddamn Triforce khaki. She would do it all. She does not care at all about fashion. Yeah, Lynn, she goes like a biker. She, you know, she's good at fashion. She's like very smooth with it. It's not even like it's no thing. She's like really good with fashion. She just knows her shit. Yeah, Nina is the opposite. She knows nothing about fashion. She probably would wear Big Shoe from that one Ludacris video. I don't know. She'd dress up as Sora from Kingdom Hearts, but like unironically on an average day. I don't know. He doesn't know anything about fashion. Although Sora from Kingdom Hearts is actually is a really cool fit. I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, yeah, Teddy's autistic. Well, I mean, no, but yeah, Teddy's autistic, but in a way that's like, like I said before, I read this book called Convenience Store Woman by Sakura Murata, and I was like, that was like literally, I read that because I was writing this, right? I was like, I need to read stuff about convenience stores, and that's a Japanese book about convenience stores. So Japan has a lot of convenience stores, and Freshys is partially based on Japanese convenience stores because they have a different kind of culture towards convenience stores than we do. Because most of ours are like kind of gas station kind of deals, and then convenience stores there are kind of like, you know, like corner stores. I don't know, bodegas as you call them. So there's kind of homeliness to it, even though it's like a corporate kind of thing. You see it on every corner. You can get your damn Famicom disk system rewriter kiosk done there, you know what I mean? So yeah, and the thing about it is that there's one character, I think her name is Keiko, and she like her conflict is that she loves her job and she wants to work there for the rest of her life, but her family is like driving her to, you know, to move on and go to an office job she'll hate, just because of this, like, you know, implied societal prestige of having a different job, even though, you know, Keiko is very satisfied with her work, right? And then Ted is just like that kind of thing, but it's like, you know, it's not even like kind of like social kind of, you know, satire or whatever, because in America, people like, you know, they'll give you the same judgment, but like, in my experience, a lot of people just don't give a shit. They're like, all right, you do what you do, dog. I don't care what you do. Like, they really just don't give a shit. They don't even press you. Like, yeah, okay, you still working at that place? You still working at Taco Bell? All right, bro, job to job. You know, you feel me? Like, So yeah, it's like that. But it's like, in particular, like yeah. Ted lives with his father. I have decided so much of this lore. I'm telling you, I wrote like so many things that you have not seen yet, but I don't think I'll even be able to present them as videos. Yeah, Ted lives with his dad in a mobile home, and his dad is like, you know, I don't know what happened to their mom. I forgot what was the story with that one. I honestly, I think maybe it's just a case. I don't know if she died or if they like abandoned him or like maybe she just maybe his mom just sucks. I don't know, but either way, hey, like honk shoe. But yeah, either way, Ted is yeah, he lives with his dad. His dad just, you know, his dad's a very cool guy. He's what's it called? I think he's immobile. He has no like use of his legs, or maybe like he uses one leg. He has a very big beard. He has like same kind of blondish, light brown blonde, or yeah, like blonde hair, very light brown blonde hair that Ted does. He's getting on the older side. He's like in his like maybe early 50s, late 40s, early 50s. And he's also the same breed of dog, like a golden retriever. He's just old. he's like the same vibe as an old dog. He's like still cute. It's just like a little tired. It doesn't work. His body doesn't work the same way it used to. But he's still, I think, yeah, he's still a cool guy. I think he's like an engineer or something. I forgot what I wrote for him. No, so yeah, what's it called? Rodney is a repairman, standard repairman, and Ted's dad is like an engineer. And the contrast, because I guess in some ways that's also an autistic job, but never mind that. He definitely gets it from his dad. But yeah. But yeah, I made to make sure this part, I wrote this down. Ted is not dumb, he's just simple. He thinks very simply, you know? He thinks in like a very simple and straightforward way. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't do the sarcasm. He just, you know, says, he takes very literally, says very literal, right? You know, it's just like that, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, he's like one of those things, you know, because, you know, he's not jaded. He's not a jaded person, you know. He just doesn't really like have it in him to be jaded, you know. That's kind of the dealio. You feel me? The dealio, you feelio, Lucilio. But yeah. So if you say like, you know, I want to get a pack of Coke, right? And some people mean, you know, those weird people, they mean like a soda, generic soda, right? Ted will say, oh, you're getting a pack of Coca-Cola, the brand, a bunch of this Coca-Cola, so much Coca-Cola. And then, you know, he gets slang. He's not like, like I said, he's not dumb. He just like gets confused sometimes. It's like that meme. He's, you know, confused, but he got the spirit, right? It's like that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air thing. Yeah, he's confused, but he got the spirit. Yeah, it's like he has the spirit. There's no point where he doesn't have the spirit. He's just really confused all the time. But yeah, he's not dumb, you know, because making him dumb would be a disservice to him. It'd be a disservice to me. I have his brain. All these characters are my brain somewhat, but yeah, it'd be a disservice to him because people love Teddy because he's a cute dog. And I'm like, I love Teddy because he's a cute dog. I love him. Also, he's definitely asexual. He cannot. I don't think he can't. I don't think he does not fuck. There's no way. No way in hell. I just got really. I started to get really uncomfortable with the idea. Actually, like, no, he wouldn't. He couldn't. He might, but it would not be because it's like, you know, he just doesn't have that bone in him. You know, he doesn't have that dog in him. He has the other dog in him. You know what I mean? It's just like that. It's like that kind of deal. You feel me? Decilio, you feel me? Also, yeah, I'm too busy looking at the goddamn game. But yeah, oh yeah, yeah, he's legitimately happy work. I mean, you know, he just loves the job. It's just like the dealio. But I keep saying that. Why do I keep saying that? And yeah, he's supposed to have a Beavis and Butthead thing with Nina, but I just haven't been able to show it yet because I just haven't had the opportunity to. You know what I mean? like I said, I had to change the format of the series. And this episode, I'm introducing Naomi. Stop overthinking it. You know, this is a big episode. I was really thinking of episodes, and it's like, you know, important. It's like a important dramatic story or whatever. I'm like, all right, well so this is like a big episode. It's important to the plot or whatever, important to the character development or whatever. So I have to keep, you know, that, you know, other side kind of episodes on the back burner until I finish this, or maybe I'll do it later. I don't know. I'll decide later. But yeah, basically, like, you know, I'll just see what the case is at whatever point when I finish this. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I mean. So that's it. Sorry. So yeah, Ted, he dresses like a college kid. I wrote that down. He has, speaking of khakis, no, yeah, Nina would rock the generic Nintendo nerd fit for a while, a deal. And also, she'd rock a lot of fandom shirts. She dresses like a Tumblr user or something, I don't know. She has like, you know, she would dress up in like the equivalent of, I was playing a lot of Final Fantasy, I was playing a little Final Fantasy 15, I'm like, yeah, she would be like, she would like that game too, because she's secretly a Fujoshi or something, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. You know, she's so pretentious, but no, she could not, she's a Fujoshi, absolutely. There's no question about it. She'd ship like Noctis and Prompto, absolutely, no question. No question in my brain, no question in my mind. But yeah, so whereas Nina would be wearing like first responder 9/11 Final Fantasy VII shirt that I saw at a JPEG Mafia show one time. Ted would be wearing like, you know, he has like the most generic, not generic, he's like polo shirts, you know. His father makes sure he dresses well, and he's, you know, whereas other people would be like resentful, be like, oh, I don't want to dress up in this, I want to dress up in my own stuff. He'd be like, yeah, I love my father's choice in clothing because I love my father, so I'm going to wear this. And then he never stopped, so he's like, all right, he's gonna wear you know, polo shirts, button-up shirts, you know, Hawaiian shirts, you know, khakis and dress shoes and shit like that. And I had him wear Crocs because I wear Crocs, and I think Crocs are very comfortable actually. And I'm like, you know, he likes comfortable things because he likes simple things. He's like, let me put on these shoes. They're very simple. And Ted is very bad at tying his shoes because I'm very bad at tying my shoes. Can I? Yeah. 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 Here's the here's where I got to in the game before. Ruler of the Crystal Dominion. Yeah, so this is a cool game, by the way. I could have made this a stream, couldn't I? Who, me? That's an MF Doom. That's a KMD song. Who, me? Aromatic. Ew. This little morsel. That reminds me of like Kid Icarus Uprising. There's this, like, you know, Hugh draw one of his heads in the chapter 3, I think. He says, "This little morsel would be a delicious treat," or something like that. I remember that from the trailer. I remember they say morsel in that chapter. I replayed that game a lot. Also, I remember this boss battle being really hard, so if I have to lock in, then I'll have to do that. That's just priority, because I gotta get this footage. But yeah, Ted basically just, yeah, he dresses like a college white boy, and you know, but doesn't seem bad because it seems like, you know, he dresses like his parents dressed him basically, and his parents did dress him in a kind of roundabout sort of way. Like, sure, he dresses himself, but no, his fashion was decided before he was born basically. It probably won't ever change, just out of ease. See, god damn it. Yeah, this boss, I remember this boss was hard. But yeah, Ted is cool. I like Ted. Probably more tidbits about him, but you know, just as his character is simple, my backstory and lore for him is also as simple currently, but you know, I don't think it's really, you know, it's not like necessary for it to be complex, make it complex. Oh. Yeah. But yeah, I tell you, that's all it is. Not necessary. There's no like bend button, is there? No crouch. God damn it. Also, the music in this is really good, by the way. But yeah. So Naomi. Ah, God, I wanted to make her name something. Her name is permanently Naomi, but now I'm gonna overthink every time I pronounce it. And now, yeah. Also, yeah. So yeah, they're canonical ethnicities for each character, are the equivalents. Because I don't know if I forgot if like it goes by like world rules, like if it's like by like our same world, but they're just animal people, or if it's like a distinct world. But the equivalent for each one is that I think Lynn is from kind of like Central America. Her family's from Central America. Just slight, like she's slight, like I want to say Spanish accent, you know. It's kind of like the Panama. I think it's Panama is what it's on, because opossums are not native to South America usually. So Central America is as low as you can go. I think Panama is kind of what I decided on. Maybe lower Mexico. Nina, I think. I forgot what I wrote down for her. I think she's just like, you know, African American. That is a white dude. I don't know. He lives in a place, and his dad lived in the same place. And I think Naomi's like what, like her mom, or like no, her. I think I decided her dad was Japanese because like a, you know, like a raccoon dog kind of thing or whatever. And then her mom is like an American woman. I don't remember what I decided on that, but I think yeah. But yeah, I think yeah, at least one of her family members was like, you know, just directly from another country, basically. But I forgot what it was. You know, I wrote this down somewhere. But yeah. But basically, and also, so yeah, Naomi, raccoon, kleptomaniac, because she was homeless for a while. I don't know if I decided on a particular time amount, somewhere in the range of like 2 to like 6 months, not extremely long, but like an eternity when you experience something as traumatizing as that. You know, she wasn't, you know, she's like, you know, she's not like to the point where she's like, you know, used to it, basically. She's like, it's like a brand new thing. It's like an event that happened to her. You know, it's like a rough time period, essentially. And in this, you know, in this time period, she like spent a lot of her time, I think, you know, like not like I don't think it was relevant or whatever, but spent a lot of her time going between like various parts of town. I think it was like mostly in like the libraries. I love libraries, so I'm gonna make, yeah, the libraries in this place are actually really cool. I want to feature a library in an episode at some point, but I don't know if I'd be able to find a thing. I actually might have her become a librarian or something. I don't know. Oh god. Oh god. Help! 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 Thank God. Thank God. Oh my god. Boss defeated. I did it. I'm on your side. Guys, you take a nibble if you want. Oh god, you can take a nibble. Goes down to sour cherry. Do cherries be sour? Claire recovered from her startling transformation. Young witch rests up in the guest quarters. Acquaintances make amends and have a breakfast of candied waffles and fruit smoothies. Four heroes setting off for adventure in the icy landscape. We'll take the shortcut through. Yeah, this is a lore video, but this is also a gameplay video. See, this is a new part of it. that boss was hard. That boss was hard last time I tried it. I'm glad I just like have it, you know, I'm just playing it now without even thinking about it. But yeah, Naomi, I have a lot of stuff written down about her because, it's just like her episode is just, you know, has like the most dense characterization, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm going to the big city. So yeah, basically like, thing. But yeah, they're called. Yeah, I think what I settled on right now is that there's like some kind of rift between her parents. And they kind of kicked her out of the house, and that kind of made her homeless temporarily. I forgot if I think she at some point she had like friends she was staying with, but yeah, it you know, didn't work out. So, you know, she kind of like went between a few places. Very vague, honestly. But long story short, she just basically had to do whatever she had to do, and it was rough. It was very rough, traumatically so. So she developed kleptomania because the main thing about it is that, Hocus, right? The demon, red demon, black dress, good design. I cooked on that, but you know, since she's agent of chaos, she preys on the vulnerable, basically. So basically just gave like Naomi the power to why can I not float up? Why can I not float up? What happened? What happened? Can I go down? Wait. Why is that close? Wait, let's try this. Hold up. Did I do the jump on it? Okay, you have to jump on the side. Okay. Okay, yeah, then you jump on the side. Okay, yeah, but she preys on the vulnerable because, you know, I think it's somewhere between that's kind of like her job, but also it's kind of like she just personally gets satisfaction off of like making just random, you know, chaos happen in a way. And yeah, she just gave Naomi the power to like, if she holds her breath, then she turns invisible pretty much instantly. And because, you know, she's like not omnipotent, but yeah, like kind of like quarter of the way there. You know, kind of like, oh yeah, I know situation. You don't gotta tell me anything. Because yeah, demons in the Freshy universe are actually pretty OP, but they just don't do anything in particular that are just very, you know, worrisome. They're just kind of like fuck around basically. Mischievous imp kind of rules, like you know, onis or whatever. Like, you know, in various cultures, there's always those kind of like, you know, mischievous being kind of things basically. And actually the same thing with you know, Tanuki or Kappa or whatever. But in this case, it's just like she, and of course these could be, you know, plot details, like, oh yeah, like big reveals, but like, no, I don't, you know, all this lore is like, I don't think it's like relevant, like I don't think it's like big enough for it to be like a you know, a big thing. But yeah, it was important because yeah, she wouldn't, because she had that power. Naturally, if you can turn invisible and you need food to survive and you are homeless, you do not have a job, it's very easy to get into the habit of stealing things. Especially so yeah, I did that because raccoons are typically known to do that. But also I wanted to do it so it's like, oh well, yeah, she very genuinely feels bad about it, but it's like a habit, a bad habit. Like that song by Steve Lacy. No, it's a bad habit. By the way, Steve Lacy is such a good artist. I'm surprised. It's kind of sad to me. Why does he only have like a couple of albums? I guess he's like, it's kind of weird. He used to make Steve Lacy used to make so many songs for people. He used to be like the Thundercat for a little while, but Thundercat is different. Thundercat, you can't even compare because Thundercat's on everybody's album. I don't know. His bass lines are on everything from Travis Scott's album to like, you know, obviously Flying Lotus, but I mean they're brothers at this point. Kendrick Lamar, but never mind that. It's not really relevant. But yeah, Naomi is, but yeah, she has like, you know, clinically diagnosable kleptomania. Like she has like a problem, like, you know, it's a draw. It's her brain. It makes her feel calm. It makes her feel organized, and you know, it's an addiction basically. It's addiction, you know, and you know, I don't know. I wanted to make sure. I wanted to write it where it was kind of like not just like a quirky kind of thing. Like no, she struggles with this shit. She's in the trenches. In fact, she has a lot of trauma, but you know, I don't want to make her all trauma. I think she's a very funny character, but I'll get to that whenever I get to that. But yeah, the first couple times I show her, it'll be very like, you know, maybe in that little realm. I don't want her to be all trauma. That'd suck. I hate all trauma. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, she's very honest. She's a very honest character, like in terms of like how she speaks to people. She has nothing really to hide because she's like, well, you know, I mean, I've been through the worst part of my life at this point yet. So, you know, I have nothing really to hide. She's very like, what's it called? Like, you know, what's it called? Kind of, I don't give a shit. You know, if I die, I die kind of thing. She's like, you know, oh yes. And Yuna's like, oh god, you know, we're on this like giant mountain. How are we gonna get off? He's like, oh, you know, it is what it is. Like, she's like, what? It's not. It is not what it's not. It is not what it is. We have to survive. I have shit. I need to go to work tomorrow. I can't die. How am I supposed to pay for my funeral? I don't know. I wrote that line down somewhere. I don't know if I used it already, but how am I supposed to pay for my funeral is one of my favorite lines I've ever written, and I have to use that somewhere. That's kind of the relationship basically. And also it's gonna be a relationship. It's Yuri. They're gonna make out. They're lesbians in love. No, I'm joking. Well, I mean, I'm not joking about that, but I mean, I don't know if they're gonna make out on screen. I don't know if we have the wherewithal to do that. You know, I don't know if we have the budget. I don't think we do. But yeah, and also she could eat basically anything. Like, I mean, honestly, her stomach was pretty strong before. I think it's just like a biological thing. Some people have like stronger immune systems, but like, you know, her stomach is basically, she could basically eat anything but steel at this point. Like, I mean, it's not that ridiculous, but like, you know, she does not have any particular preference for food. Her appetite's pretty substantial. You know, because once you don't have food, you start really liking food. But you know, it's just like, yeah, she has a stomach of steel. I don't know if that'll ever become relevant, but there's pretty much no food she's like, I don't want it. It's like, unless she's like literally stuffed to the brim. Because I don't know. I thought of it like, that might be plot relevant, because you never know in these like sitcom kind of situations. He has good fashion sense, but it's mostly because she did not buy the things that she wears. Well, mostly. It depends. But the one thing she will wear always and never give away is she has a trench coat that she wears all the time, or at least like, you know, she wears a trench coat. I don't know if it's just the same trench coat or if it's like, you know, various ones that look alike, but you know, it's kind of like the line, it's a blanket thing. Like, she will never take off that trench coat. She will be buried with that thing. Mostly because she just, you know, like the same thing with like, you know, her life. It's like, oh yeah, you know, if you have a situation in which you've worn this coat and it's kept you warm when you're only pal in a cold world, you know, or it just feels good, it just feels nice, you know, it's a very well-made trench coat, then, you know, it's, you know, you're good at it. You're good. You're just gonna keep it. You're gonna keep it, which kind of is ironic because, you know, trench coat is a suspicious kind of, you know, outfit, right? But ironically enough, the way she wears it, she kind of tries to, it's kind of like, it's unsuspicious. She, you know, they don't suspect a thing. They'll never suspect her. It's kind of like that, you know. Although at some point, if you have that kind of issue multiple times, you're like, oh, I've been items stolen from you all this time. and I catch a woman wearing a trench coat every time it happens. The same tan trench coat every time it happens. But she doesn't come back out. I don't know. You kind of figure something happens, and you kind of ban her from the store. So yeah, I don't know if she even thinks that far ahead. Very immediate kind of thought process. But you know, oh yeah, music. Oh, I'm at the city. Hey Mac. Why does he have Tim's? Why does he have Tim's on? Talco. Dolores. Acquaintances. Yeah, there's so many acquaintances here. What is she? Jericho Tower, the tourist attraction journalist. Come on, Mac. What are you, Jack? Come on. Come on, Skip. The head honcho. The head honcho. Are you got me, Slick? Speaking of Tim's, yeah, Lynn, she wears Tim's. You know, I don't know, I thought they looked cool, but also it's kind of part of her design. She's kind of like a city folk kind of person, but she wears big Timbs on her feet all the time. Yeah, and also because I guess, you know, she has to deal with certain environments. They are kind of non-slip shoes, although I'm not sure if that's work uniform. I guess they don't really matter. I mean, Timbs are just like, yeah, they're pretty much work uniform. I mean, who gives a shit? You know, I work the various, like, what do they call, like, you know, wearing construction type dealio. I mean, the quality of Timbs have gone down. This is not relevant to the thing. Naomi, yeah. So basically, yeah, the whole thing about Naomi and Nino, they have like a, you know, pairing, right? Is that, you know, Naomi is very spontaneous. She'll just do things at random. She might just start screaming at random because her brain just tells her to. I think she has voices in her head, but you know, she does things at random. Very like, you know, it feels random in terms of like, you know, the timing, right? And then, you know, she's like unstable in terms of like housing and mentally. She's kind of mentally unstable, and you know, but she's very dynamic, you know. And Nina, in contrast, is very stagnant, very you know, kind of stubborn in a way. But she's very stable. I mean, you know, she'll kind of get the same kind of idea from her of what she's going to do. What she's gonna do, who she is, how she'll react to situations, you know, very kind of like, you know, kind of like grumpy, angry, kind of straight man kind of vibe, I guess. Kind of what I'm going for. And basically that's what's the deal with, you know, her. So in contrast, so basically the whole thing about it is like in most Yuri relationship, one character makes the other character have a more dynamic life, and the other character gives stability to another character. So this is, you know, the slightly more extreme case because they're roommates, out of, you know, not want, but out of, you know, physiological and physical need, you know. But yeah, that's kind of like the dealio with that. The dealio with Celia. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff I'm writing down for her, but you know, it's it'll be plot relevant later. I mean, same thing. I haven't had a time to you know, thing her. I haven't had her in more too many comedic slapstick situations, even on my side. But yeah, the Freshies lore will be expanded up substantially if I keep continuing this. I don't die, because I don't think I'm gonna stop with this series anytime soon. I mean, my main project that I'm working on in terms of artistic stuff. So yeah, that and music, and then that game we put on hold for now, like I said. But I'll get back to it eventually. as in eventually means I'm never getting back to the shit. But yeah. Let's see. The last stuff it really covers that you know, DJ regular. Basically, the last stuff I'll cover is that, yeah, the Freshys Corporation is like, you know, even before Lynn was invented, I thought of like, all right, who would be our boss, right? But, you know, basically, the corporate structure of Freshys itself, the LLC, not the LLC, the multinational corporation tax evasion station is they do not have they have a very opaque, you know, working, everything about them is opaque, right? It's like one of those companies like, you know, like we sell status storage solutions or something like that, right? You never see a tour of their company headquarters. You never really think about it. Even like the Freshies, you know, corporate videos never really leak. You know, it's all like very you know, scary stuff if you think about it. So it's like these NDAs go crazy, right? So that's the main thing about that. Like everything about how Freshies internally work, you know, is very, you know, very secretive, you know, and that might be relevant in the future. But I just want to make sure that's clear, because, you know, if someone asks like, why did we do it that way? Then it's like, no, we do it that way because I don't know why we do it that way, and I might be able to ask, but I probably could get an answer. So listen, it'd be easier if you just kind of go with me here. I have no idea either. Because there's like I wrote this one thing, right, where they're like, oh, we can't close the store because of blah blah blah, and it's like, well, why can't we do it? Because this is an emergency situation. Like, oh, last time I did it, like all this happened. They had the incident of '84, so, you know, it was a rough. So, you know, something like that, basically. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep that rule. I mean, although it would be very funny to just, but I think it'd be easier to just have them be able to go wherever they want, as long as they have someone covering the store, in terms of like, you know, day to day. Because it's like, and it's always sunny, right? They kind of just leave the bar just whenever they want, wherever they want. And maybe they have every character working out there at once, or no characters working there at all. It's closed, like, because you're just like, oh, I feel like doing something different today. So yeah, just be like that in terms of like how it would work, you know. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking in terms of like the actual store's, you know, rules. But, you know, there's a lot of like, you know, but basically it's essentially like a corner store. And I think I wanted to be a kind of corporatized, not really like a homely bodega local kind of thing. Like, no, it's Freshys is a like 7-Eleven corporate type of deal. Everyone wears the same outfits, well, at least the same shirts. I think you can wear whatever pants you want, but Lynn just chooses to wear jeans, and the other two wear black slacks because, I don't know, seems more business-like. It's like one of those things, like Nina just had a bunch of lying around for some reason, and had just, you know, his dad's like, oh, you should wear, you know, wear something business casual, you know. His dad's like a, you know, engineer or whatever. He's like a, you know, office kind of guy, blue collar worker. So that's kind of like what he considers to be that kind of outfit. So, you know, and Lynn just wears whatever she wants. But it's basically just like, you know, shows that Lynn is a little bit more casual in terms, you know, in terms of like a manager, but yeah, she's different than the other two in terms of like, you know, experience and ranking or whatever. That she's been there substantially longer. How much longer? I have no idea, but substantially longer. But yeah, I mean, you know, also, I mean, yeah, I think that's a lot of the main lore that I wanted to cover. Also, I'm so stupid. But yeah, also if this is also internal lore, but if I made a game about the Freshys universe, currently I expanded, but basically, right, the idea I had would be a multi-tiered dungeon crawler in which Nina and Ted are the two party members, and they go around, I guess, 10 floors, and they're about very, you know, floors are pretty different. Like one would be a freezer, one would be like a you know, hot dog cooker, one would be the CDs they have by the corner. I don't know, whatever, something like that, some convenience store shit. And Lynn would be up top, kind of being like the guy, like Persona or whatever, because she would die if she had to go into a dungeon. She would like have a heart attack, and Naomi would be like the shop owner because she would sell the various things she stole from other enemies or other people. Doesn't matter, but yeah, because I love shifty shopkeepers. It's very funny whenever that happens. But yeah, I mean, Kalimba cat, Kalimba cat, fine indeed. Ooh, that's fancy, fancy. I have the vibe. 2 hats. Hamana, gee, willikers. Oh, ooh. The dead. Yeah, but that's enough of this game for now. I wish I didn't know it didn't have cloud saves. But yeah, that's a lot of the Freshies lore I wanted to cover because I just need to do those 2 things. But otherwise, you know, that's pretty much it. In terms of lore. Also, yeah, Nina's hair is also real. She has like long, curly-ish straight hair, but like she could curl her hair. Her hair is usually like a little curly, but she can straighten it out. But yeah, that's like, you know, her hair is very long. Yeah, and I think that's everything on the cover. Yeah, pretty much it.